So,
Right, sir.
especially in SSB now, we are not looking at the quality of English. We are looking at the content. Never borrow phrases and words from somebody else. Just use your own vocabulary.
Right, sir.
Difference between waffling
Hmm.
and public speaking. Most of
Right,
us are
sir.
following content which is masala. So get into this habit of structuring whatever you're saying.
Right.
Then found your opinions, good, bad, or ugly, whatever it is. I cannot think in Hindi and speak in English.
Hello, aspirants. I am Nikita, the host of the show, and I am representing all the aspirants going for SSB. Today, we have with us Major Sunil Chopra, the director of the Cavalier Defense Institute, and we will be discussing the need and how to improve the public speaking skills.
Hi Nikita, how are you?
So, I'm very good. How are you?
Good, good, right. So you picked up a very important topic.
Right,
You
sir.
know, why are Homo sapiens different from other animals? It is only the ability to communicate.
Right, sir.
That is why we've developed into a species which has outdid everything else.
Right, sir.
So that being an important part, public speaking is only not restricted to SSB. It is in your day-to-day life. It is in your friend circle, in your family circle, in your education, in your presentation, whatever you do, communication is an important part. So don't even, I mean, all of you who are listening to us, don't think that it is only for SSB. It is for your
Right.
day-to-day use.
Right, sir. So, I have a lot of questions related to this. So, there are certain aspirants who are going for SSB. They are facing a lot of problems in public speaking skills because it is in the GD, lecturate, and interview also. So, according to you, how can one improve these skills?
First is remove the baggage.
Right, sir.
All of us carry this baggage. I cannot do it. मेरे से होता नहीं है. I am not good at public speaking. Well, you speak in your family, you speak with people around you, when you're with your friends, you're speaking. That is what it is.
Right, sir.
It is little formal,
Yes.
right? So remove this baggage that I can't do it. That's the first one,
Right.
right? Second is that again, when we are in, especially when we are dealing with SSB, it's not the question that you're absolutely grammatically correct, that your formation of sentence is correct.
Right.
What is more important is, can you effectively get through to me, to the group that you're in, effective getting through. So
Right, sir.
especially in SSB now, we are not looking at the quality of English. We are looking at the content, right? And
sir.
second is, in case you miss out on a particular word, one odd Hindi word doesn't really make a difference,
Yes,
right?
sir.
If you right, the other thing is, never borrow phrases and words from somebody else. किसी अच्छे पब्लिक स्पीकर को देख लिया, उसके words, उसके phrases, they are foreign to you. They are not natural to you. You will get stuck. So
Right.
keep your communication simple. Keep it into small sentences. Don't use words that you do not know. Use your own vocabulary.
Right, sir. So I have also seen many candidates getting recommended जिनकी English बहुत अच्छी नहीं है.
Yes.
Normal English can express themselves. Such candidates have also
They can
recommended.
easily come across to us.
Right,
That's
sir.
it, right? So it is just coming across to us. But then coming across में क्या होता है? Content भी तो चाहिए ना भाई.
Right, sir. Content is the major
So
problem.
there's a difference between waffling
Hmm.
and public speaking.
Right.
Waffling is कुछ भी बोल दिया, right?
Yes, sir.
कुछ भी बोल दिया doesn't make any sense because you're not getting across to me.
Right.
You're going to become an officer. You can't be just waffling around.
Right,
So
sir.
content. Now, how do you develop content? अब content का problem हो गया because of people going everywhere on the online, and you don't even know which person to follow, where to get the contents from. Most of
Right,
us are
sir.
following content which is masala.
Right, right. So there is a lot of misinformation, and all the aspirants are falling prey to that.
So then get out of the masala mode.
Right, sir.
Go to the right content, the source. Now, source could be books. I recommend people to read books
Right.
or magazines. Why? Because when you're doing studies on the mobile phone, half your screen is advertisements.
Right, sir. Right.
And you've just read one paragraph, someday you get a trouser that you wanted to buy, then you off on to somewhere. So you forget
Right.
the content. So
Right,
content selection and the source selection is very important, right? And you must understand लेक्चर टॉपिक जीटी टॉपिक्स में किस चीज की बात होती है और मेरे को कंटेंट कहाँ से, पहले कंटेंट तो पैदा करो, बात तो बाद में करेंगे.
Right, sir.
Then
Right.
So the other thing is that when we answer, even if you're answering at your home, right, or you're discussing with your own friends, you have no structure in your mind. You're just saying something, then getting down to another thing, getting to the third thing. There is no connection in what you're saying.
Right, sir.
Right? So connectivity, when I ask you something and you're answering me, if you're not connected in your thoughts, you will never get across to me.
Right, sir.
In the
Right.
GD, when you're not connected and you're just throwing information, nobody is really concerned. So get into this habit of structuring whatever you're saying,
Right.
right?
So it helps in lecturate even. A proper
Definitely.
structured content is way better than listening to anything you're waffling or anything you're speaking.
Right. So that is another issue is that when you have this content, then content le to liya. Now, have you then regulated in your own brain, in your own head? Okay, then what am I thinking about it? I have got
Right.
some borrowed ideas from Mr. X, Y, and Z. Okay, fine. Let me analyze it myself. Now, what is
Yeah.
my opinion?
Right,
In
sir.
the SSB, they're more keen on your opinion and not because somebody else has done this work for you. So you get this data, get it rolling in your own head, then form your opinions, good, bad, or ugly, whatever it is. Have opinions, right?
Right, sir.
Opinions
Right.
are very, very important.
Right. You need to have your own opinion. You need to analyze everything and then you have to answer. So questions interview में भी पूछे जाते हैं
Yes.
current affairs से related अभी क्या हो रहा है जैसे when I went to Bangalore sir I was asked कि श्रीलंका में what is the problem with Sri Lanka और इंडिया पे क्या इम्पैक्ट है कैसे इम्प्रूव हो सकता है सर यहाँ पर अगर मैं फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन देने लग जाऊँ फैक्ट्स फिगर्स वो हेल्प नहीं
नहीं
करेगा
करेगा.
यहाँ पर प्रॉपर तुम्हारा एक ओपिनियन चाहिए जो
And
तुमने
understanding of the topic.
राइट यू नीड टू एनालाइज इट देन यू नीड टू ब्रिंग इट फोर्थ ऑन द टेबल कि ऐसे है ये प्रॉब्लम्स हैं इसको ऐसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर एनी एस्पिरेंट
And the other thing is, you see, you will always not get topics which are related to geopolitics. They can be very, very day-to-day topics,
राइट
right?
सर
And that, if you want to really impress somebody, talk about your experiences. Talk
राइट
about what you feel about it. Talk
राइट
about if you
सर
have some data, if you have some experience anywhere. Now that gives more credence to what you're saying rather than mugged up information, which is totally evident,
राइट
right?
सर
So understand the topic, feel the topic, get it from your inside, and that will only happen if you have this habit of reading properly,
राइट
churning it in your mind, finding your own opinions. That is what public speaking is all about. And it is
राइट
not अंग्रेजी अंग्रेजी अंग्रेजी.
राइट
वो
सर
नहीं है. And that is the concept which people don't understand. It is
हम्म
okay English, it may not be the perfect English.
right sir exactly sir according to you which could be the best sources for content or information
I think there are national magazines which are there on current affairs. You go through that,
right
right? And normal reading is also very important.
right
In
sir
the pure fiction is not always fiction, right? What sounded fiction to us in science 15 years back is today's reality. AI is reality today. Now,
right
when
sir
as a child or when as a young adult, when I read that, I thought it as a dream. But today, when I realize, okay, so what I
right sir
studied there, what I read there has come to life. So
right
if you have a lot of reading habit, then you develop a mind of your own. Then you start putting it in your mind and then thinking about it. So even normal reading is very important.
Right. So even I read while reading a book that leaders are always readers. So you need to read in order to have your own
And that's
opinion.
what habit one people don't today. On YouTube, we're only listening,
Right, right, sir.
right? That is the problem. And
Hmm.
listening to whatever comes your way. And
Right,
most of
sir.
it is masala, right? Now, the other thing is, okay, you've got this material with you, you have your opinions. Now, this ability to come across. See,
Right.
everybody may not be gifted in
Hmm.
speaking, but that is why we say personality development. Personality is not genetic, it is
Right.
something, the word itself is development, that you can work on it, then you can actually slog your way out for it, right?
Right, sir.
So, firstly, have faith in yourself. Second is,
Hmm.
you say, okay, if there is something that I'm not good in, I have to work on it.
Right,
Put
sir.
time, effort, put your resources in that. And one thing
Exactly.
which I've seen with a lot of people, I've addressed a huge number of schools, colleges in the last 20 years. I can't even count,
Right,
right?
sir.
And this is one simple thing of learning how to speak in English, which I tell everywhere. And when students come back to me, they come and tell me, sir, that it worked. Right? Now, let's see how it can be done. Firstly, when you're practicing speaking in English, uh, to begin with, be on your own, right? And
Hmm.
whenever you're practicing it, take it very seriously. It's not that you're lying in your bed and trying to do something. Maybe you can even stand up. Now, take a
Hmm.
good source of material, that is a magazine or a good book. Start reading it loud.
Right.
Now, why loud reading? When we are doing loud reading, again, adrenaline comes in, it pumps you up,
Right,
right?
sir.
And when we're speaking in a language we're not comfortable with, when we mumble, we misspell, we mispronounce, and we just eat up the word. When you're speaking loud, you can't do that.
Right,
Right?
sir.
Plus, the sound, when it comes back to your own ear, it tells you the correction that is required. And you feel good about it. I'm hearing myself, I feel good about it. When I'm mumbling, I'm
Right.
not even hearing myself.
Right,
Right?
sir.
So, 5 to 10 minutes of real loud reading, and stand up. Don't sit down. Don't lie in your bed. Right?
Right.
And if you have a mirror, keep it in front of you. Keep your mobile even if you don't have the mirror.
Right,
Right?
sir.
So,
Right.
keep that there, and effective reading for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, once you've done that, now I want you to shut off everything, close your eyes, and start thinking about what you read in the next 2-3 minutes.
Right,
Right?
sir.
Try to recall it. One of the major factors is recall factor. We have a lot of information here. We lose the file somewhere. We do not know its address. And
Right,
at the
sir.
right time, we don't get it.
Right,
So the
exactly.
recall factor. Now, when you're doing
Right.
the recall, what are you doing? You're thinking in the language that you read. I cannot think in Hindi and speak in English. I cannot think in Punjabi and speak in English. It's
Right.
not possible. I must think. So what is happening now is that you have read something, you're thinking about it in the language that you want to speak. In this case, it is English.
Right, sir.
Right? So now you're doing a recall also. Then after 2-3 minutes, okay, say, fine, I'm ready now, and switch on your mobile phone, record it in that. Right? And for the next 2-3 minutes, just speak out into the mobile. This you can do without any cost. This you can do on your own at any time of the day. Right? वो जैसे दवाई लिख के देते ना डॉक्टर, once OD,
Yes,
once
sir.
TDS, वो पंजाबी बोलते हैं तड़के दिन ते शामी. It's not that, right? But once TDS. So have this routine with you. I'm not कि आज
Right.
किया 15 दिन के बाद करूँगा. No, it has to be a routine. I have to do it at so and so time in the morning. I will do it regularly. I
Right,
can
sir.
promise you, Nikita, you tell anybody that you know, if that person does it for even 21 days. Now they say how to form a habit. It's just 21 days practice.
Right, sir.
Do it for 21 days. Don't do it at least twice a day. Just see the way the public speaking comes out.
Right,
It's going to
sir.
be very
Right.
natural. You have the brain. You have the thought process. It is just that connectivity from here to here is not happening. It can be done. Right? Get the baggages off. If there is anybody who can do it, you can do it.
You can do it. Right, sir. So, any message for our aspirants?
Well, have belief in yourself, right? Don't take SSB casually. Casual things don't work. It
Right.
shows assessors get to see that you are casual, and if you're casual, they're not taking.
Right, sir. Right.
Okay, so all the best.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure it would have sorted out some information that you wanted.
Right, sir. It does. It does.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.